like to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Ashley Ramirez. I'm a junior here at Texas A&M University Commerce. I'm a double major in the Political Science Department and the Criminal Justice Department. A little shout out though to the Political Science Department because they are my first major, which I believe that multiple people have found importance. I'm here to request funding for our 2020 Regional Model Arab League Conference. Alright, we're requesting funding to host our Southwest Regional Model Arab League Conference in collaboration with the National Council on U.S. and Arab Relations here in the university. We actually host it right here in one of these rooms, so you guys can pretend like we're in that simulation so you can get the feel of it. As I am a junior, I have been participating in this conference for the past 3 years, so I did volunteer to give this presentation because I believe so strongly in how much this league actually helps us in becoming more well-rounded students as well as more well-rounded citizens. So we are aware of things that are happening outside of just our little bubble here in commerce. I know that Texas A&M University Commerce prides itself on preparing its students for innovative and fulfilling citizenship. The Model Arab League actually allows us to fulfill this wish while giving us that little competitive edge we're always looking for. Okay. So this will actually be the 8th year that we will have been hosting this partnership with the National Council of U.S. and Arab Relationships. The first year we hosted about 100 students, and we've continuously grown ever since. In spring 2016, we actually had 200 students in attendance, and this past spring, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we actually had 120 students from around the United States attend. Down below, we have listed all the universities that have participated. You can see we have Baylor University, the Air Force Academy, the College of Louisiana, and Ohio Bowling Green State University. My favorite, of course, has been the Air Force Academy. It's interesting to see the way that they're able to relate their information to us. Okay. So every year we've expanded on what the student-led conference actually provides to the participants. So each model that we host has brought students together to work on various issues that affect the Arab world in relations to what is actually going on in real time. We even hold crisis situations where we do blackouts and students have to do refound research, learn new things that are happening at that time. We do things minute by minute, day by day. There's no, this happened last year and we're wondering what you think of it now. It's everything on the go, on the way. In the past, students have led councils that include refugees and displaced people, women and children's rights, education, religion, different areas of engagements that we try to use to understand the issues at the heart of an area in the world that the United States foreign policy is heavily invested in. To help this conference be successful, we've added parliamentarian workshops for the college students, along with workshops on resolution writing. These students don't just meet and talk, we also meet and we write resolutions that we use to further our cause and potentially solve issues on the agenda at the time. We do hold workshops before our actual competition starts so that our students are very well prepared, our students are aware of what's going on, and we all are on the same level field, more of sorts. The previous success that we've had with Model Arab League has led to many different opportunities for students from around here and the region to experience how wonderful our campus is and faculty are, and have resulted in an increased desire to attend this university for furthering their education. So last year alone, the previous Secretary General and a paralegal studies major here in this university, her name is Elsa Castro, she was awarded a fully paid Qatar Scholarship Exchange Fellowship from the NCUSAR and was given the opportunity to study the culture for 4 weeks. So it was a fully paid internship where she got to go and she got to actually be immersed in that came from this participation. It came from her being our Secretary General, meaning she led the entire conference. It came from her participating the years prior to that, meaning she was, from the very beginning, one of the note takers, to being a chair, to being an actual participant. Not only does MAL give our students the ability to act as foreign dignitaries, and work through real-world problems, but it also helps their ability to collaborate, problem solve, and hone public speaking skills in the educational environment that Texas A&M University has fostered. I know you guys might not be thinking that I'm doing the best job right now, but I promise I'm a lot better than I was freshman year before I started taking a part of this. You do have to stand, you do have to collaborate, you do have to work at a lightning fast speed. There are no pre-written resolutions. You solve issues as they are happening, and you solve them with the people around you, the people that come from different backgrounds, the people who are representing different backgrounds. Because you don't simply get assigned a country to be a delegate of, you get assigned a country to learn and experience. You do have to play your role, as we like to say. So you do, if you are the representative of the UAE, you do have to represent what would further the UAE best. This program showcases the university and increases the chances the students will choose to attend our campus. I cannot tell you how many times I have been told how beautiful our campus is, or have been asked, or have been told how awesome it is that we get to host this, because they can truly see how our university is very well fit for this. We do have these awesome projectors. We have all of the great things that our university has to offer that we get to showcase. I've attached this little graph table thing with a description as to the funds that we have requested for. I'm going to go through them individually, and then I'll take questions later on. I'm going to try and speed this up. Okay? So we did request money for meals for our students over the course of the 5 days that they are here. We do on the first day not meet until the afternoon. We like to host a parliamentarian workshop as well as a gathering so that the students can meet and mingle, as well as meet the faculty and ask questions about what's going on, what's in the area, what's around. They are new to our town. A lot of them are returning, but we typically tend to have new schools every year. We have academic-based lunches with speakers as well as would like to provide our students meal tickets for the we'd like to provide meal tickets for the students that are visiting our campus, so that when they do have that 1 hour lunch break, they can just head downstairs and eat at the cafeteria. Again, experience more things of our university. We did request money for a speaker, so we have one academic speaker who will come and speak on the issues that we are touching on at that time. This past spring, we had an amazing speaker who told us about his time in the different Syrian civil wars that have been occurring and his experience there. These are speakers that truly touch our hearts and speak about the things that we're interested in, along with supplemental materials for the speaker presentation, their flight, the hotel that they're going to be staying in, the fundamentals we need so that they can come here. We have supplies and advertising. We need items for their introductions. We don't allow any technology through email and of the such, so they do need flash drives to move their resolutions around, folders with graduate and undergraduate degree plans and other recruitment materials for Commerce, as well as tote bags and notepads, pens and pencils, the things they need to be successful during the conference. We would also this year like to provide rec center tickets for our visitors here, so that they can enjoy the recreational activities that we have here at the rec center as a way to promote TAMUC. Okay. So I'm not sure how much time I have left, but we here at Commerce absolutely love hosting the Model Arab League Conference. It fills me with pride every time we get to do it. I'm a student who loves doing things like this, and I have actually visited a lot of different schools to do different councils, not necessarily with the Model Arab League, but around the same line. And I can tell you 100% every time, I am so thankful I get to finish off my year with the Model Arab League here at Commerce. We are trying our best to make sure we can keep growing and still provide the same quality in the conference. So we've requested those $2,000 more than last year, as our program does continue to grow. Without full funding, we'll have to eliminate things such as the faculty and delegate luncheon, the recreational tickets, and other key components that allow us to promote our campus in the best light possible. This program affects so many students, including our own. We teach a class here in Commerce that helps our students prepare for the conference, so we're actually pretty competitive in that regard. And this program actually affects so many of our students just in their day-to-day lives. I know personally I've gotten to apply for so many internships from all of the amazing experiences I have gotten on from the Model Arab League. Getting to have this on my resume, getting to say I've done this for 3 years is one of the key components and one of the key highlights that I've received from this university. So I just want to thank you guys so much for giving me the chance to speak with you today. Thanks for dealing with me and my first time using a clicker. I really appreciate it, and I'm just going to yield my time now for questions or points of information.
Sure. A couple of things, Ms. Ashley, you've done an excellent job in your presentation, so thank you for that. I only have one vote, and there are several hundreds of thousands of dollars beyond the budget that we have. So I need to mainstream, trying to figure out how we're going to fund this. Question number one, you said I think it was like 150 or 200 students participating. How many A&M Commerce students participated?
We tend to have around 20, I believe, like 15 to 20 students participate.
It's actually, it can be anywhere from 15 to 40, depending upon how many students express interest.
Sure.
And also, but in addition to that, we also have students that are not actively engaged in it. Pi Sigma Alpha has volunteers that help out with the conference as well, and that number could go anywhere from 10 to 30 as well.
Okay.
Furthermore, sorry, this conference is open to the public,
Sure.
so students are able to come in and watch and sit down and experience this. So even if you don't feel quite comfortable and ready to like throw it down and like compete on this arena, you can watch. And a lot of freshman classes actually do come watch, and then they get interested and then they'll join the next year. So it's a growing community.
Sure. And then secondly, the expenditure at the rec center, was that something that was alluded to on the evaluations that you do, or is that something that you guys just decided to add for this year?
It's something that I think was recommended. What we say we don't have a lot of downtime at the end until the last couple of days, and we want to give these students an opportunity to stay here rather than like go to Greenville and go out to eat. We want them to stay here in Commerce. We want them to stay here at the university and experience everything we have to offer.
And the rec center was actually a request that our students and also students from other universities as a preference. And as Ashley notes, there's not a whole lot of downtime. You know, and in the presentation you saw that meal tickets were there. Those were actually included because the experience has shown us that since they only have an hour for them to go out, get lunch, get back, and get back into the character for the conference it was basically killing them. So we expanded that so we could feed them here so they didn't have to go anywhere.
Sure.
And the rec center was one of those things as well.
This is a congestion of students. Imagine having to go in 1 hour and run to McDonald's and try and get like the cheapest possible food because you are here for 5 days. It's a conference, you're paying out of this with your own money. It's just an inconvenience that we can easily eliminate.
Next year, it takes place in the fall, usually at the end of March, beginning of April.
The reason I was only asking that is because make sure, and I don't know how it's going to fall out, but make sure you get with the rec people, because you're talking about bringing in 200 individuals. Make sure you coordinate that with them because space may not be available.
We did it this year, and the president's office took care of that.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I
I don't
feel
know
like
how
further planning
how
will
many
be
students took advantage of that, or?
Off the top of my head.
Thousands.
So you were funded 5,000 last year, and I guess the conference just happened because that money
Yes.
hasn't actually cleared the account yet, but y'all spent it all. So
Yes.
okay. So could you just talk a little bit about your request last year was 25,000. You got 5,000. You still had the conference. You're requesting 27,000 this year. You know, what does it look like? What's the difference between a $5,000 conference this year and a $27,000 conference next year? Does that make sense?
Yes. So, Dr. Herndon, at any point, please feel free to interject.
Yeah, Ashley doesn't know that much about the budget. The funds that we got, the $5 grand that we got this year from the committee was actually supplemented from funding when the department gave up graduate assistantships in order to make the conference happen. This, of course, is not a sustainable model. We can't keep robbing Peter to pay Paul, as it were. We need those assistantships basically to recruit into the graduate program. However, departmentally, we feel like this is a high-value program. And we were able to do it. The problem is, of course, that's not going to be recurring funding. There's only so many things we can give up before it starts to have an effect on the departmental budget.
Sure.
So y'all spent more than the 5,000 to do?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes. As a student, I can tell you though, I've been in this conference for 3 years now, and this past year was amazing, but I didn't get fed until the very last night. So I did only have an hour to go run and get food, and that was exhausting. I don't think I ate for a couple of the days.
I need you to send an email to the president and blame Dr. Jeff Herndon.
I've already complained to Dr. Herndon plenty. However, I wasn't a competing delegate this year. I was a volunteer chair because this is truly something I believe in so much. And I feel like my experience could just be heightened with all of the things that we have. I feel my experience as a delegate could have been heightened if I could have gone and played tennis with Saudi Arabia, who was like an ally that I could have met and talked to more. Truly, I know when I first saw the presentation and when I first saw the budget, I was like, oh my goodness, how do we spend so much money? But it all does go into use, and it all goes into use very wonderfully. Do you want me to back it up?
Actually, what I would like to do is get off of this
Mm-hmm.
and go to the website. Because we used to have a news thing here. Anybody know how to get to that?
To what?
The university news page?
It's news.tmuc.edu.
If you guys have any questions while I'm trying to figure this out,
What?
news.
.tmuc.edu.
What other potential
.edu.
resources have you explored to help fund the conference?
I would love to answer this question. I am not the acting Secretary General. In fact, I'm just a volunteer who loves this conference.
Basically, what we have done is we look for, we get donations from other departments.
Okay.
You know, in the presentation, there were listed things like thumb drives
Right.
and things like that. In the past, what we have done is basically we've gone back through the one-stop shop to get items. The president's office in the past has supported us with items. Basically, what we do is we go around hand in hand and beg for whatever we can get. And the reason I came here was because, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we are on the news page for, one of the things that I wanted to point out was she listed the schools that were here. Only one university had students that were recognized in every single council that we had at the conference, and that was A&M Commerce. Air Force Academy couldn't do it, Baylor couldn't do it. And so, you know, that just says something for the quality of the students that take part in this program. They basically swept almost everything. And I don't judge. The judging is actually done by the faculty advisors from other schools. So basically they recognize quality when they see it. So. Sorry, I just had to toot their horn a little bit here.
I'm right there, and you can see I won an award.
Yeah.
2 years in
And
a
she
row.
won't shut up about it.
I worked very hard.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions?
Thank you. If you could just make sure that Stacy has your presentation, because we're gonna put it on the shared drive for the members.